Will, and thank you for coming on Voices of the Past. Uh, just for everybody out there, I'm the host, Joe Roberts. Um, Today, I have a special guest here. This is the first interview. If you could you please tell everybody your name and where you're from?
Yeah, my name is Spencer Grant Soisson, and I'm from here, from Connersville, Pennsylvania, 15425. If you would like those digits. And I originally was grown up down in the Dutch Bottom area, or as other people know it, aka the flood victim zone or area. Been living here for about the just going on past 30 years, and yeah, things are going pretty decent so far.
So you've lived here pretty much your entire life?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Um, uh, so you went to school here as well?
Yeah, I went to the local Connersville area high school, CAHS, I think they call it.
Yeah.
But up until from ninth grade to 12th, I've been going up to the CTC, to the technical center, basically.
Okay. What did you do with the technical center?
Up in there, I'd say from the year 2010 to the year 2011, I was in Carl Butchko's auto body class. Learned how to do detailing and reconstruction of the body of the vehicle.
Okay.
Also, learned many valuable lessons on keeping a clean shop, and also taking care and responses of your tools and keeping them in place, which comes in handy and do for later on auto body business in the future if you want to go and do that.
Yeah.
And then from the year 2012, I finished my CTC classes with marketing management. My teacher in there was Mr. Jeff. I forget his last name, but I know his name was Jeff. He had tattoos and stuff, but that's beside the point. Yeah. But we learned things in there, and he taught me how to do designing in there on different websites, how to create websites, or you can make T-shirts of the sort, or hats, or mugs with a U.S. printer, yeah, or press.
Okay, like advertising and promotion. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
If that was something that you'd like to do, so yeah, if I wanted to, I could use that trait along with the other trait and put out a marketing management website about how to auto body on fixing other people's cars, if I would like to cross things like that. So the classes that I learned in there.
So you graduated from Connellsville High School?
Yeah, in the year 2012, up there at the old stadium. They handed me the old papers, and I was on my way to the real world, and just here I am, just still doing my things,
So so do you live by yourself? Do you live with family?
Yeah. After graduation in 2012, from there to the year 2018, October 18th, I moved into the North Manor facilities here in Connersville, and ever since from then to now, I've been there for about 4 years. And
for all the people that are watching this that may not know, could you tell them like what North Manor is, a little bit about it?
It's more of like a housing authority, or not really like a housing authority, but more of like a housing unit for people that kind of like on like benefits or whatever, and or just simply need housing. And it's basically you live in one unit out of 5, and out of one row, and there's about probably maybe like 10 rows on each side of the whole entire landscape, I would say.
So, do you what's your experience living in the North Manor? Is it a good place to live?
I'd say it's a good place to live if you know your boundaries and basically follow the rules they provide you, because there are rules, because it's like they say, it's a family-based place.
Yeah.
And there are families with children and pets, and it's really a good place to live. The rent's not bad. They go off of your pay, uh, and the neighbors aren't that bad either, as long as you don't make enemies out of them, and just mind your business, and everything's all peachy.
So there's not like a lot of crime in the area.
Not really. It's not as bad as the old school Gibson Terrace from back in the day, whenever things were going down that way with things. But yeah, that way it's not too bad. We have our own little park in there in the summer. If the kids want to go and cool off, we have our own little water park that they can go and visit. And then down from there was the North Manor Park. They recently tore out the swings and slide, but the jungle gym still remains. So you can still take your children there today if you want to have a good family time with your children.
Um, so the whole purpose of this interview series is just basically to give people an insight into the lives of people from southwestern Pennsylvania, and hopefully even beyond. Uh, could you give people a little insight into your life? Maybe, I don't know, start from the beginning, or
Yeah, of course. I can see what we can do here. From the age of as I can remember, since I was a little boy, but since the age of 5 years old, uh, I used to live down there at that Connell Avenue area where my mom currently lives now. But we used to live in this house in 502, and it used to be kind of haunted, and there used to be kind of crazy things happening there. And my brothers used to tell me stories that would happen there whenever they were living there, experiencing things. And my brother told me that he was going to sleep one day, and he turned the fan on, and he said he went to go turn it off, and it turned itself on by itself. And then he said he went to go unplug it and all that. And then he said when he got back in bed, it came back on unplugged. And I was like, man, that's just crazy. And then he said one day the bed started to shake on him automatically, like if it would in a poltergeist movie.
wow.
The bed started to shake. But we believe that many people might have died in that house, and they weren't really laid to rest too well, and that's why things were happening. But ever since from there, at the age of 7, we got kind of like thrown out of that way because of a certain landlord that didn't really like my dad, and he raised the rent on us on purpose, so we wouldn't be able to pay the rent and live there. So anyways, we moved out of there. But things happened that my dad's and my great aunt Elma lived across the way where my mom lives now at the 411 Connell Avenue, and she took us in, and she was getting ready to go into a old folks home anyways. So she basically gave the house to my dad, and we put her in a home, and we visited her here and there, and we took care of her and such as well. And but anyways, when she died, she left the house with my dad and all of us, and we lived down there. And then, like I said, from the age of basically we'll say age of 7 to I would say 25 or something, I lived there. And then I moved into the manor where in the year 2018 I finally got my first unit up in there in the North Manor, and I quite say those units are nice.
Yeah.
Yep. We had plenty friends and neighbors there at the old family house. Stop by. Some people come and go, like they say. Some people are still around, but they don't visit anymore, as you know, it happens to some people anyways, because people are busy working or such, which we all understand. But yeah, the family cat died not too long ago, uh, 18 years of age, which surprisingly to me, that's a pretty good long time for a good old long-haired tuxedo cat. That's a female, 18 years of age.
Was it a boy or a girl?
It was a female. It was a girl. Yeah.
Female, yeah.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Her name was Baby Girl, and she passed away a little bit after my brother Derek passed away last year in 2021 around November. Uh, my dad passed away 2 months before my brother Derek did.
I'm very sorry to hear about that.
He passed away because he was really heart-grown to my dad. So,
yeah.
Pardon me, but. And now recently, my Uncle Van passed away. His viewing's tomorrow, Friday, and we're going to pay respects to him and make sure that he lays to rest in peace. And I think he's not suffering anymore, because he was having real bad back problems. He used to work construction for 30, 40 years, and we also kind of think that he might have been possibly growing a little bit of stomach cancer, maybe. And that might would have been what got him, But go there and visit him and make sure everything's all well with his son, my cousin Danny, and I wish them all the best and love and respect. And just recently I got myself a new pair of kicks, a new pair of shoes, because I walk a lot, as people might know. They see me around town a good bit, put in the miles. Got a new pair of kicks. And your phone card, got to stay connected with my homies.
Yeah. So could you maybe tell the viewers about some struggles that you've had in your life, or maybe some struggles in the area?
I say, things get tougher whenever you lose certain loved ones in your life. I used to do a lot of things with my brother Derek, especially going to get groceries for my mother. Now that he passed away, it's like all it seems like all the weight kind of is laying on left, right shoulder, and I got to carry them bags by myself now, from the store to Meemaw's. So that can also be a struggle, But I mean, sometimes what's a struggle and doesn't kill you can also make you stronger. So I mean,
yeah.
Been doing other things, taking out the trash. Got to keep up with that. Washing the clothes, certain house chores that you got to do. Things would be easier if you had certain loved ones are still around to help you, but I mean, things get more dirty and grimy and harder when it's just you. But yet again, keep that hustle, you maintain, you keep moving and get it done. And that's what I like about my mentality, how I just keep trying to keep focused on, keep going and driving myself on succeeding, no matter how hard is the obstacle. You know what I mean?
Do you consider yourself a positive person?
Yeah, I actually do, deep down inside, consider myself a positive person. If you were to peel me apart layer from layer, I think the last layer you would hit would be a positive person.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be my outcome on that. Things can get crazy if I'm having a hard day, a rough day. But who doesn't have a hard, rough day, But as long as you keep a positive mind and keep thinking positive, you might be all right.
So, in your experience in Connellsville, or just the Fayette County area in general, do you think that the people are divided in terms of how they communicate with each other? Like, do you feel that you're part of the community?
Yeah, I feel like certain ones have their own flow or division, as you can say, of mentality on how to drive themselves through this town just to keep surviving, as my dad would say, just survive. Yeah, I feel like I could be or am part of the system, maybe as you could say, of surviving in this town or city, as you will, because I think as we are many, if we become one, we can get things done. Basically,
Huh.
you know what I mean. So
it's some wise words.
It's a different it's a different way to put it. For sure.
So do you have any hobbies? Anything that you enjoy doing?
Yeah. Some of my hobbies would be hiking or jogging. Uh, Mainly walking though, when it comes to using my feet. I also play a little bit of video game. I'm mainly more on the WWE 2K games or the wrestling games. Usually play those for maybe an hour or two every morning, and maybe sometimes at night if I have the time. Um, I also like to chill and sit back and listen to music. Also, on the topic of music, I like to sometimes think of writing my own music. Uh, it's always fun to think of your own type of beat. I'm trying to get into making my own beats, as you will, or music. I got a new tablet, so I can download a beat pad, and maybe I can see what type of mind flow we can put on there or drive. I think everybody's mentality can make a different type of beat of of life to go with.
You had said about you just got a new tablet to do some to make some beats.
Yeah.
What any specific genre that you're interested in?
Yeah, I'm kind of into. I'm more of like a weekend flow, the weekend jive, or Daft Punk, stuff like that. Boombox is a good is a good group or band. I'm more into making like electric music if you want to get down to business.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to make some like some electric vibey music with a little bit of hip hop soul in it, maybe.
Okay.
Then we can get down to business with that.
Yeah.
I'm also down with like some thuggish type of beats too. West Side genre would be a good place to start with the thuggish type of rap if I would get into that.
Who do you think inspired you the most throughout your life?
To do what I do, or to do music, or just to be,
yeah, just in general,
or just to simply be inspired to be me.
Yeah.
Is I have to say, I mean that would be kind of a good bit of collab of people. I would say, because I don't feel like Spencer is one person. I feel like Spencer's many other type of like personalities into one. I think it takes a lot of personalities to make one of Spencer's personality. If you would like to, but that's why they say, G for game. They never, that was called Triple H of the game, and he had different type of move sets.
Well, I mean, do you have anybody?
If I would give you a direct answer and just don't go around Robert's barn, as my dad would say, it would be my dad. My dad would be the most motivator in my life to make me drive to be more successful, or to be me, and who I shall be possibly in the future if I pursue to do it.
Yeah. So you looked up to your dad a lot.
Yeah, he was a good man. Really wise and smart. Had a one of a kind mind and also personality. Knew a whole lot about engines. Really did like to cut grass. He was always about like fixing lawnmowers and cars and all that. But it was just such much more than that about him, though. He was also logical, as good old Captain James T. Kirk or Spock would say, because he was a big fan of the 1966 series of Star Trek. So he was always a scientific guy, and I always thought that was really intriguing, the way that he thought about certain things. and there's certain other things that he would mention about others, the way that he would say it and put it. It was just one of a kind, or as you could say, petite or unique. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Is there any memory that sticks out of your dad?
Yeah, I'd say the way that he would just basically tell people kind of like how it is in a logical way, in a more logical, helpful way. I remember times how he would just sit in the living room and he would tell my brother Jason, he would say, "Take your time and do it right the first time." So
Yeah.
it's always things like that, you know. I mean,
It's good advice. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's definitely good advice.
yeah, he was always on point on things.
Yeah.
Always
Is
logical.
there anything further that you would like to talk about or maybe share?
Actually, I don't think there is, buddy. Maybe we can take a part 2 episode if you like, you know.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to the show with some more intellect thoughts for you. And we appreciate being here.
Again, this is Voices of the Past. I am your host, Joe Roberts. Thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next episode. Again, Spencer Soisson from Connellsville, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Do you have any final words for the camera?
Yeah, I just want to say for everyone out there that has a dream and all that, keep visualizing it, and you might reach your goals and succeed. And hope everyone has a good life. And
We'll be